Good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I am your host, Victor von Psychotron, and all of us at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy.
You have a beautiful throat for a razor, sir. Beautiful.
The strange.
I suppose you want to sell that too. That is one thing I will never sell.
And of course, the weird.
Mr. Todd, you placed me on the rack.
No, sir, it was you who placed me on the rack.
Tonight we have a fun film for you, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. We'll also talk with some fun folks we met at Hall of Heroes Con in Elkhart, Indiana. So lock all of your doors and windows, turn off all of your lights, sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy tonight's film, Sweeney Todd. But first, a cartoon. And a short film.
Now, I want you to be very careful. Just trim the edges a little bit. Now, don't cut too much. My Georgie's hair is so beautiful.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We got you, ma'am.
Just cut the teeny, tiniest little bit.
Check just the teeniest, tiniest little bit.
Good.
Yes.
Now, I'm going shopping, and I'll be right back.
Have a good time. How about a shave, son? Would you like to? Oh,
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
we're getting ready to cut the kid's hair. What else? Yep.
You belong to the union?
Not yet, but we're gonna.
You can't cut this kid's hair till you join the union.
What do you mean we can't? You mean we can't even cut a piece of hair like that?
You can't even cut a piece of hair like that.
I can do this, can't I? Yeah, so can I. Yeah, and me too. Whee! And we'll keep on cutting. What do you think of that?
And I don't want to cut it.
Right there.
Now, please, this is our shop, and we know what to do about it.
Oh, boy, do we get into picklement. And if you think I'm kidding, you just keep watching. You'll see.
I, Flora Jockey, the world's greatest hairstylist, I'm stepping out for the cup of coffee. You boys keep your eyes on the shop.
Yes, sir. Monsieur Massauer.
I'll do it, but,
What do you think you're doing?
keeping my eye on the shop.
Not like that, knucklehead. Now's our big chance to learn the hair business. We got to strike while the iron is hot.
How's this?
What's the matter with you guys? Curly, get in the chair. And Larry, you get the shampoo.
Right.
Of course, nobody can cut hair on a bowling ball.
You really know how to hurt a guy, Mo.
Never mind. Now then, a touch of the old clippers, and we're ready to shampoo. Okay, Fuzzy Brain, let me have the shampoo.
There you go.
Not me, stupid, the customer.
Oh, I get it. How about a quick rinse?
Perfect. And now for that little old hair dryer.
Hey, it's hot in here.
Quiet, numbskull, you're almost done. Now there you are, sir.
We burned him up. I mean his hair.
I've always wanted black hair.
And now you have a wet face to go with it. What's that?
It's me, Cooley McCool, the newest rock and roll sensation of the old Roddy universe. I dare you, make me lovelier, if you can.
Oh, I say, there's a challenge, eh, what?
I'll second that.
Relax, old chappie, you're in good hands.
Uh-oh. Mummy would never believe this.
All right, Curly, plug in the clippers.
Right-ho, old chappie, and pip, pip, pip.
you lame brain. I said plug in the clippers, not the chair.
A simple mistake.
If you'll just settle down, McCool, we shall press on.
Do that, man. Do that.
Clippers.
Clippers coming up.
Splendid, old boy.
Blimey, not a blasted butch haircut. Fix it or I'll really well give you a knuckle sandwich, I will.
Okay, you lame brains, give me a hand.
Righto.
Let me get that. Okay, I got my way. Don't worry about it. They got down to his chin.
How about that, Beauty McCool?
Blimey, wait till me agent sees this. Yahoo! Get out the contracts, Eldon. We've scored a gain. Sacre bleu, you idiot nincompoopies. Here is to cut, not to grow. You have destroyed the barber business.
Uh-oh.
Don't just stand there, chowderhead. Let's panic to El Monte.
I'm
Get
going.
up.
High road to go to low road.
Well, I'm back. Are you finished with my little darling?
Oh, yes, we're finished.
Oh! Oh, you monsters! What have you done to my baby?
Now, look, he's 20 years younger.
Oh!
Americans at work, performing a service on which every man, woman, and child, important people in the lives of well-groomed and attractive women. For appearance sake, these workers are a necessary part of our lives. For more than 6,000 years, the art of cutting hair has been practiced as a craft. In ancient Egypt, barbers trimmed the square-cut beards of the pharaohs. Today, they care for the square cuts on top of the head. The modern mirrored barbershop of today is quite different from the tonsorial parlor of 50 years ago. But the barber's work remains the same. A never-changing part of his job is reassuring youngsters who, while they may not object violently, are still a bit hesitant about a haircut. Under the striped barber cloth, any customer becomes wrapped in some of the tradition that has surrounded barbers and their shops since the time of Plato, in the days of ancient Greece. The first barbering clubs were formed where men would meet to discuss the topics of the day while having their hair trimmed and beards curled. Today's barber is still an advisor or patient listener to affairs in the lives of his customers. To women, a beauty salon is more than a feminine barber shop. It is a place where they may be transformed from commonplace to outstanding, where natural beauty is developed and accentuated. Often, a woman's attractiveness begins in the hands of a hairstylist, an artist who can instantly create an individualistic coiffure and communicate the exact details to an assistant. hairdressers learn by doing, following the instructions of the stylist, who may be guided by the season, the shape of the head, or features of the face. An entirely different treatment may be dictated to satisfy the mood of his customer. From courts of royalty, the beautician has become an important part of everyday American life. Just as a beautician learns the craft on the job, a barber begins as an apprentice in an established shop. In times past, a young man learned how and went to work. Now, in all but a few states, he must be schooled and examined before he can be licensed as an apprentice and then as a journeyman barber. Eventually, he may open his own shop where he might begin training licensed apprentices himself. The transformation that can take place in a young girl's appearance simply by changing the style of her hair is deftly accomplished in the hands of an experienced beautician. That little girl look can be replaced by sophistication with quick strokes of scissors and comb. Mother and daughter visits to the beauty shop are becoming as regular as the traditional partnership of father and son at the barber shop. This is an exclusive men's world where women do not go, even though the first women's haircuts were performed there before beauty shops were opened. Many women average 2 hours a week in a beauty salon. The care given their crowning glory depends on how much time they can give it and the skill of the beauty operator. Since 1945, an increasing number of men have chosen the beautification of womankind as a career. Their customers have confidence in their judgment because, after all, who is more appreciative of beautiful women than a man? The way to beauty may not be the most attractive, but the admiring glances that result are worth it. The Union Shop sign is a symbol of good barbering today, just as many shelves of personalized shaving mugs indicated it in the gay 90s. With the passing of the shaving mug and mustache wax went another of barbering's most prized accomplishments, the harmony of the barbershop quartet. A barbershop is a combination of many things, old and new. At one time, a man visited a barber shop as much to relax as to have his hair attended. Now, modern women go to the beauty shop with the same objective. Special facial treatments bring to milady's countenance a look of health and youth. A manicurist shapes and polishes her nails to accentuate the length and gracefulness of long, tapering fingers. Knowledge of skin care and facial structure is something a beautician learns as an apprentice. Her fingers are the tools with which she always works. The direction in which they move, the rhythm of the massage, perform another kind of beauty magic. A woman's hands are as important to her as her face, hair, and clothing, if she is to feel well dressed and at ease. Men are no more without vanity than women. As members of a civilized society, we are concerned with our appearance before others. In earliest civilizations, the barber has been an integral part. While we are not too sensitive to changing fashion and style, it was not always so. Men once wore wigs and elaborate haircuts that required more hours to prepare than many women spend before their mirrors today. The convenient shortcuts men now wear require less time, But father and barber begin early to train a youngster's hair to the shape it will take as he grows. Because women can wear their hair very long or short, or anywhere in between, they may present an endless variety of styles for their admirers. Of course, once long hair has been cut short, only time can change it back. But in the meantime, a clever stylist can change its shape to emphasize features, to change the entire appearance of a customer. Cutting hair to fit a specific personality is what makes the difference between a hair cutter and an artist. It is amazing how happy a boy can look after a haircut, especially as soon as he steps down from the barber chair. To most of us, when we are young, haircuts seem pretty useless, since the hair will always just grow back again. For some of us, anyway. But when you're on your way to meet your best girl, it's worth all the trouble. Of course, one of the things a man almost always forgets is that it takes longer for one woman to finish in a beauty shop than it takes for two men to get their hair cut by one barber. Waiting for a woman to leave a beauty salon has probably contributed as much humor and frustration to civilization as any other single human endeavor. But there really is a reason for the waiting. Every part of beauty care must be performed slowly and with attention to detail. It is really to the beautician's credit that it takes as little time as it does to cut, wash, set, dry, and comb a woman's hair. The curls, swirls, and waves that constitute a hairdo require skill in the hands of the hairdresser and patience on the part of the customer. When the girls finally appear before their men, all the time spent is forgotten. If attractive people are the leaders of society, then barbers and beauticians are the molders of leaders. To explain all the mystery surrounding a woman's ability to make herself beautiful would be impossible. Not even all the secrets of what goes on in a beauty salon are obvious to an outsider. A beautician trained in all the aspects of beauty culture, from washing to waving, including facials, manicures, and cosmetology, knows more than words can tell. The proper use of hands and equipment, the way to roll a curler, is something not always expressible in words. It is enough that we are able to enjoy the work of the beauty salons wherever we turn. All over America, there are barbers and beauticians whose aim in life is one of service to the appearance of mankind. These are people whose craft dates back to the beginnings of civilized society, whose union stems from the Middle Ages, when barbers and surgeons were one. Today, they are members of the Barbers, Hairdressers, Cosmetologists, and Proprietors Union of the AFL-CIO. Americans at work for you. Americans at Work, presented as a public service by the AFL-CIO. Next week, another interesting story of Americans at work. Americans whose skill and effort help keep our country great and strong.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
What can I do for you, sir? Shave, please.
Shave, sir?
Lovely day, sir? Quite nice. Well,
No beard.
quite comfortable, sir? Quite. Getting a bit thin on the top, sir? We make up this tonic on the premises, sir. Have done for 100 years. Just a few drops.
No, thanks.
Skin looks very tender, sir. There's only one brand of safety razor blade.
Keep 'em.
Certainly, sir.
I suppose you want to sell that too?
That is one thing I will never sell.
Not to me, you won't.
This is no joking matter, sir. That man was the greatest exponent of the razor the world has ever known. He was a true artist, and it was on this very spot over 100 years ago that he proved it to the world. His was the strangest story ever told in the days of sailing ships, the Pool of London, narrow streets, dark alleys.
All aboard, sir. Right up, Pally. Give him a hand, Stein. You mean aboard the ship, sir? Well, of course, why not? Hadn't I better stay here with you, sir? Joanna.
Ma.
Oh, it's wonderful seeing you again. I was afraid that last night's goodbye was...
Oh, I couldn't let you go without another word.
Your father, does he know you're here?
Heaven forbid. What have you done to put him so against you, Ma?
Well, it's what I haven't done. It's because I'm poor, because my parents are poor, because I'm just mate in one of his own ships. Why, he despises me.
Hello, Curly.
Hello, Nan.
You know, I had the fortune told yesterday by crystal gazer.
Did you now? Oh, what did you see?
Your face.
Perhaps it was something that had got into the glass. Ah, Mr. Todd. Come to bid farewell to the Golden Oak?
Yes, sir. There's scarcely a man jack of that crew I haven't had in my barber's chair. Brown beards, black beards, red beards. I've polished them all up.
Ah, but it's when they return from their journeyings they need you more.
Yes, I make them spick and span to meet their sweethearts. Lovely lot of throats, the lot of them. Beautiful throats, rich and mellow to a razor.
You're an artist, you are, Mr. Todd.
I love my work.
Here's a list of things I want you to bring me back.
1 parrot, 5 pounds of tea, 30 yards of red Japanese silk. Here, where do I put all these things during the voyage?
Oh, in your bunk.
Then how can I sleep?
Oh, I won't know that till I've married you.
Well, there seems to be plenty of money in the barber's business. Well, up to you anyway, Mr. Todd. Good day. Money. If only I had money. What about the money to pay for all these things? Now, if I were a fine gentleman, it's money that makes the gentleman. Hey, for a gentleman!
Father!
Lummy, the governor. I'm off.
Oh, give us a kiss before you go.
I'll add it to the list. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing here? I asked Joanna here to say goodbye.
Father, I came here because I...
Quiet, girl. Get aboard your ship, sir. You know my answer to you. But I love Joanna. How dare you argue with me? Get aboard, I say, or I'll have you thrown there.
Please go, Ma.
Goodbye, Joanna. I'll have something to say to you when I get home tonight.
Oh, now.
Stop sniveling and get in. All right. You see, Mr. Oakley, I was right.
You were, Todd. How did you know she would be coming here?
I guess, Mr. Oakley. It's a shame that a fine girl like your daughter should throw herself away.
She will not throw herself away, Mr. Todd. I'm very indebted to you.
Mr. Oakley, when would it be convenient to discuss again the matter we broached the other day?
Ah, yes, about your taking up a share in the new ship.
To the tune of, shall we say, £15,000?
£15,000?
Maybe I can find a little more.
Well, and all the mess from beards and whiskers.
The fruits of my razor. So many I've polished off.
Mr. Todd, are you dining anywhere tonight?
At home, sir. Only at home.
Will you try a cut of mutton and boiled fowl with me?
Mr. Oakley, you are too kind.
Fiddlesticks, I shall be glad of your company. Tonight, then.
With pleasure.
There, Miss Joanna. Now the months will slide past and I'll soon be back. I hope so. Well, there's nothing to cry about. No.
Ah, Mr. Beadle, so you've brought me another apprentice. And a nice little boy, too.
The city master says this is the last boy he's going to send you. You've had 7, and they've all disappeared.
Boys will be born.
But you get a guinea from the parish funds for each boy. 7 guineas in 7 weeks.
And this is the 8th.
And the last.
Make yourselves at home. Now to business. What's your name, my little man?
Tobias Ray. Orphan found on the steps of St. Dunstan. Now, before you are bound in apprenticeship, the city master wishes to know if it is of your own free will. We both bear witness that the lad is willing. And count yourself a very lucky little boy. The city master has ordered me to keep a special eye on him.
Isn't he a lucky little boy? A special eye from the good beadle, and a penny a day from me.
Now, if you sign here, Mr. Todd, this guinea is yours.
Obliged to you, Beadle. Well, good day, Tobias. Good day, Mr. Todd. Good day, worthy Beadle. Oh, I should like to polish him off. Come here, Tobias. Are you afraid of me, Tobias?
No, not really, sir.
Take care you don't give me cause to make you afraid of me.
I'll try to do my best, sir.
That's a good boy. The first duty of a barber's boy is to keep a still tongue in his head.
Yes, sir.
I knew a nice little barber's boy once who had his tongue cut out for letting it wag too much.
I won't talk, sir.
No. And if any of my customers should give you a penny, what would you do with it, Tobias?
I don't know, sir.
You'll give all the pennies to me and I'll keep them for you till you become a rich, rich man. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Tobias?
Yes, sir.
What would you buy if you were a rich, rich man?
One of those pies that looks so good in the shop next door.
Oh, well, here's a penny. Go and buy yourself a pie and pretend you are a rich, rich man.
My little man, what's for you?
Please, ma'am, may I have a penny pie?
Certainly you can, if you have a penny. What a nice new penny. Where did you get it?
Mr. Todd, my new master, ma'am.
So you are Mr. Todd's new apprentice?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you, my dear?
Just 12, ma'am.
Sweet child. You shall have a special big pie.
Thank you, ma'am.
Why this visit?
I was anxious. I hadn't seen you all day.
No, I've been busy. Busy at the quayside.
No shipper's berth today.
The Golden Hope has just sailed.
Oh, Stephen Oakley's ship. Why the interest?
I may be joining him in partnership.
Hoity-toity, going up in the world.
Well, it's better than going down.
Many that go up come down quickly enough from the gallows.
By that, I suppose you mean...
I could hang you, Sweeney, with one word like that.
And I could hang you, my precious, without that. If we must hang together, better alive than dead.
Why all the care?
I'm dining with Mr. Oakley tonight.
And wish to give his women folk a treat.
Then you are jealous.
Only for what you do with your money. Our money. The money I have helped you to get, and I'll not have that squandered on earth.
What are you doing here? Spying?
No, sir. But I thought as I'd finished my...
Why do you stare at me?
Please, ma'am. I left you in your shop and I was wondering how you...
Come here, Tobias. There was once an apprentice to a barber whose eyes were too big, whose tongue was too long, who saw too much and spoke of what he saw. So his master took his sharpest razor and stropped it well.
No, sir, please. I promise I won't say a word.
shouldn't like you to be a little boy like that, Tobias.
Hello there. Time for Two Truths and a Lie, in which I will tell you two truths and one lie about this film. You must guess the lie. First, Tod Slaughter, who plays Sweeney Todd, was wounded in his leg in World War I, rifle wound. Second, Bruce Seaton, who plays Mark, was the 11th Baronet of Abercorn. Third, writer Henry Maltby wrote over 50 plays. There you have it. We'll tell you the lie by the end of the film. Good luck.
I'm sure I look a fright. I hope I look a fright. Why should I dress up for Mr. Todd? Oh, Miss Joanna, you look more lovely than ever. Such flattery, Nan. For shame on you. Well, look for yourself. You'd win the heart of any girl. No one could help losing their heart to you, miss. I suppose Father has some business deal with Mr. Todd, and I've got to be sweet to him. Mr. Todd. Horrid vulgar pig, that's what he is. A pig, Miss Joanna.
I brought the figures right up to date.
Why has the cost of building this ship gone so high?
Forgive me, sir, but I've always thought the project a little ambitious.
Ambitious? Of course it's ambitious. Is it a crime to own the finest ship afloat? I tell you, savage, I'll finish that ship if it costs me every penny I have.
Now, why not be a little nice to Mr. Todd? Just please your father. Perhaps make him think a little more kindly of Mr. Mark, for your sake.
The contractors are demanding an immediate further advance of 5,000 crowns. And I'm afraid, sir, that's not possible. You haven't got it.
Mr. Todd, sir.
Mr. Todd, I'm delighted to see you. I'm afraid I was still hard at work. This is Mr. Savage, my secretary, who has just come from the shipyard. What a wonder that new ship of mine will be, Mr. Todd. A glass of sherry, sir.
Thank you.
Light or dark?
Dark, if I may be so bold.
And you've chosen right.
Your health, sir.
Ah, Joanna, you've met Mr. Todd before, haven't you?
You are looking more lovely than ever tonight, Miss Joanna.
You're very kind, sir.
She takes after me in looks and her mother in willfulness.
Dinner is served, sir.
Will you take my daughter in, Mr. Todd?
Delighted.
Well, Captain Stevenson, many thanks. A very pleasant voyage, sir. A deuced pleasant voyage.
Well, we've done our best to make you comfortable, Mr. Fenley.
And you've succeeded, Captain. A devilish quick voyage, sir. 3 months from Bombay to London. Remarkable. Remarkable.
Yes, sir. These fast clippers of ours make the world seem smaller every day.
Yes, it's grand to be home again. Oh, may I ask you to distribute this amongst the crew? A little appreciation.
You're very generous, sir.
Yes, I can afford to be. No need for me to work again. Well, good day, Captain, and thanks again.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to England, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Pleasant voyage, I hope.
Deuced pleasant.
Permit me to present my car.
Mr. Sweeney Todd, Barber of Fleet Street.
At your service, sir. After months at sea, what could be more present than a haircut, shave, shampoo, and a general polish?
Begad, I believe you're right. Is your shop nearby?
But round the corner, sir.
Then begad, Mr. Sweeney Todd, you shall polish me off as you put it. Here, take my trap to the Spotted Horse Hotel, Charing Cross. I'll call in half an hour. Now, Mr. Todd, I'm at your service.
No, sir. I'm at your service.
What a nuisance that is. You've been a bad way without it. And so will Mr. Sweeney Todd, our fair. How I dread that carriage drive with him this afternoon. I've a mind to say I'm ill. We can't do that, miss. Now, think you'll be warm enough. I have 1, 2, 3 petticoats. Oh, you should never take the air in less than 5. Now, oh, you've neglected to put on your red flannel. Now, that should go on first, next to pantaloons. Should I wear the chest protector, do you think? Oh, without it. don't, miss. Why, you had our bath only yesterday.
Some people say a beard is a protection against the cold.
Nonsense, sir. A beard is an unnecessary appendage.
Why do we have him?
Provide employment for honest workers. This is my boy, a charity lad. Come here, Tobias. Just tell the gentleman where you'd be if there were no beard.
Back in the workhouse, I expect.
There's your answer, sir. No, sir. Not there, sir. Sit here, sir. My special chair, sir. For gentlemen like you, sir. From abroad, sir. Who desire an extra polishing off. Just place your bag beside you, sir. It will be quite safe. There, sir. Been long from England, sir?
12 years.
Your friends and relations will be glad to see you back.
I've no relations that I trouble about, or who trouble about me.
And friends?
None in this country.
All alone in the world, as one might say.
Not quite. I've brought plenty of companions with me who'll make me friends wherever I go.
I understand. Golden companions with the head of His Majesty on them, eh?
They're the best friends a man can have.
You are wise to keep them with you, sir. Thanks can't be trusted. Is the soap to your liking?
Most delicately perfumed.
And the water hot enough?
Perfect.
Then we'll see if my razor will suit you. Tobias, go and see the time by the clock at St. Dunstan's.
It wants 5 minutes to 12 o'clock, sir.
Oh, then you must be hungry, my little man. See, here's a penny for you. Go and ask Mrs. Lovett to give you one of her largest pies.
Thank you, sir.
And you need not return until you've eaten it all. See if you can make it last you while you walk to Charing Cross and back.
Thank you, sir.
You've a soft heart, Mr. Todd.
Tender as a chicken, sir. It's my one weakness. Now see the welcome Sweeney Todd gives to gentlemen who return from foreign parts.
There, my dear. This one will last you to Whitehall and back.
Thank you, ma'am. Good day.
Good day, dear. Who is it this time?
Nabob from the Indies.
Is he,
I polished him off upstairs.
I like them from the Indies. They generally have so much money.
Yes, generally. He's a fine figure of a man. You're in luck.
I wonder.
Well, I've done my part. Now it's your turn.
Aren't you going to help me?
No, I can't stop now. You can give me my half share later. I have to meet another customer.
In your best clothes, too.
Well, if I don't dress well, how can I attract the best customer?
Or the best girls.
Rubbish. I don't shave girls.
But you shave their fathers.
What are you talking about?
Stephen Oakley and his daughter. Do you think I don't know? Take care, Sweeney.
There. I'll be back soon, and I'll give you a hand.
Don't worry. I'll manage.
I beg your pardon?
I didn't say anything.
You leave me to make all the conversation.
I like to be quiet sometimes.
Pretty, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. Where did it come from?
The East Indies. It was left to me by a customer.
Pearls, rubies, and sapphires.
Pearls for your teeth, rubies for your lips, and sapphires for your eyes.
Oh, sir, you mustn't.
But it's for you. I have your father's permission.
But to accept a gift like this from you,
To inspire me with a little hope.
And that's why they call it the Cape of Good Hope. And now we pass it, I suppose we ain't got no hopes. I have, Freddie. You're different. Your girl will love, honor, and obey you. Well, won't your girl? Well, I suppose we'll both do the loving, and I shall do the honor and obeying.
Snowdrop!
Yes, Master Patterson?
Listen. They've started at last, Snowdrop.
Yes, Master. Medicine men tell me a big jar of firewater.
Aye, the drunken hound. I thought they'd been quiet all along. You slip away to the water's edge. The big ship should be here any time now.
Golden Hope, Master?
Aye, the Golden Hope. Get aboard somehow. Tell the captain to send help.
You're a pessimist, Pearlie.
Yes and no. Yes, because you may be right. And no, because I don't know what it means.
Get him there. Come on, bring him in board here. Get him, all right. Get him a ton of rum, Jim. All right. Yes?
Cafe Chief try kill him. Send me, tell you.
Help. Mr. Patterson hold out?
Little while. You'll be quick.
Olson. Aye, aye, sir. Serve out cutlasses and muskets to a boat's crew. We're going ashore. Aye, aye, sir. Let me go, sir. Why, do you want all the fun, Mr. Inglestream? I shall take the man. Well, I'll come with you, sir. But you've a sweetheart at home. Perhaps she doesn't want to lose you.
Well, you've got a wife, sir.
Well, perhaps she wouldn't mind losing me. Still, all right. We'll go together. Come on.
comfortable there, old man? Now, let's see where you're hurt. Want a drink of water?
Yeah. Inside my shirt, a bag. I made it myself.
This?
Aye. Open it.
Huh?
Aye. I didn't ken what they're worth, but they're what I've worked for all these years. They're no use to me now. Will you do me a service in exchange?
I want no exchange.
Bury me 3 points north by northwest. That's where Wolsey lies.
What is it? Captain, sir. What you mean is...
2 points north by northwest.
The order, sir? Yes. Get the compass from the boat. Tell the man to dig a grave for 2 fellow countrymen. 3 points north of northwest. Aye, sir. 3 points north of northwest.
Heaven forbid that I should appear an ungrateful man. Weeks and months slip by until I feel a little impatient.
But I don't understand, Todd. You're getting the interest on your money, aren't you?
I was not thinking so much of the monetary interest.
What do you mean?
I mean Joanna is persistent in her lack of it.
You're so much older than she is. Spring and autumn, as the saying goes.
Those are often the happiest of marriages.
The Golden Hope will soon be home, and then you can have your money in full.
Do you suggest I wait the return of the Golden Hope before I speak to your daughter?
My dear fellow, there's nothing to prevent your asking her now.
There's much to prevent her accepting me. And there'll be still more to prevent it if the Golden Hope is here.
Then what do you suggest?
You pay me the money you owe me.
But I can't, Todd. You know I can't.
Then the new ship becomes my sole trouble.
You can't. You wouldn't.
Can. Have you read our little agreement? But I wouldn't if you were my father-in-law.
But I can't answer for my daughter. The girl has a will of her own.
And you must cultivate some powers of persuasion. She's a good girl, a dutiful daughter. And when she knows her father's future is in her own hands, that's so small a cost to her. Can you doubt what her answer will be?
Mr. Todd, you place me on the rack.
No, sir, it is you who place me on the rack. I am the offended one, sir. It is up to you now to make amends.
Oh, Mr. Todd, I thought you'd gone.
But just about to take my leave. Your father and I had so much to talk about. It delayed me. Tomorrow at the latest, I must have your answer. Then I shall know what steps to take.
What's the matter, Father?
A little worried, my dear, that's all.
About the new ship?
I'm afraid I've bitten off more than I could chew.
What'll happen if you can't complete her?
She passes out of my hands into his.
Todd?
Yes. And I shall still owe him more than I can pay.
What will happen then?
I'm afraid all this must go.
And you, Father?
I expect I shall have to go with it.
You mean he can send you to prison? Oh, can't anything be done? Haven't you anything you can realize money on?
No, nothing.
It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. Ice cream, candy, lemonade too. And there's a hot dog waiting for you. The popcorn's popping and it's ready to go. You know all the great food is stealing the show. Get up out your seat and get yourself a tasty treat down at the snack bar. Snack bar.
Pardon me, boy.
Yeah, baby.
Will you take me to the snack bar?
You know Rama with a ice cold cola. Get up out your seat and get yourself a tasty treat down at the snack bar. Snack bar.
It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission.
Get up out your seat and get yourself a tasty treat down at the snack bar. Snack bar.
It's intermission.
Hello there. Time for some words about some of the cast and crew of tonight's film, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Tod Slaughter plays Sweeney Todd, and he and director George Kirk worked a lot together, and they made a lot of dark house type mysteries such as Murder at Scotland Yard and Crimes at the Dark House, things like that. John Singer, he plays Tobias. He was in The Brave Don't Cry, an excellent British disaster film, and he was also in The Black Room Mystery. A lot of these actors and actresses you see in this film were stars of the silent screen, and they did a lot of work from the early 1900s, like 1917 through 1935, that kind of era. Bruce Seaton, he plays Mark. He's probably the best known actor in this film. He was in the TV show The Adventures of Sir Lancelot, playing King Arthur himself. He was in The 39 Steps with Hitchcock. He was also in Dr. Sin, alias the Scarecrow, a kind of classic Disney adventure film and series. He was also in the Invisible Man television series from 1958 to 1959. Norman Pierce, he plays Mr. Finlay, Mr. Pierce, and you might recognize Mr. Pierce from Brides of Dracula. He plays the landlord in that, and he was also in The Thief of Baghdad. I've hosted the trailer for that film. Now, Ronald Kinnock, he's the assistant director of this film, and he wrote and produced the original Village of the Damned, and he was also the producer of The Ipcris File, a very classic thriller. And he was also the producer on Fiend Without a Face. So there are some B-movie links to Sweeney Todd. We hope you are enjoying the film. We'll get right back to it after this word from our sponsor.
Say, do you spend full-time shaving and get only a half-day shave?
Oh, why don't you shave?
Why spend full-time shaving to get only a half-day shave? When you could get an all-day shave the Palmolive Lather Shaving Cream way. Yes, for a shave that most men find really lasts from morning till night. Follow the Palmolive Lather way. The Palmolive Lather Shaving Cream way was tested by 1,200 men. And no matter how they shaved before, 7 out of 10 reported cleaner, closer shaves. And mighty comfortable shaves, too. Palmolive's rich, billowy lather lets you cut whiskers off right down at skin level. Just see if your face doesn't feel velvet smooth. Your shave cleaner, closer. Yes, try Palmolive Lather Shaving Cream and follow package directions for an all-day shave. Get Palmolive Lather today. And men, to top off your perfect shave, use the lotion that soothes your face from shave to shave. New Palmolive Aftershave Lotion.
Congratulations.
On what?
You look at least 2 years younger. In fact, you scarcely look a day older than her own father.
You've heard of my good fortune, eh?
Bad news travels fast.
Oh, I should like to polish you off.
I know you would. But you daren't.
News. The Golden Hope.
What about the Golden Hope?
It's coming up the river with the tide. The postboy told me. It passed by the Isle of Dock not an hour ago. Please, sir, you're hurting me.
You're a good boy, Tobias. You shall have a penny.
Yes,
A little later on.
Couldn't I come ashore with
you, sir? Carry a bag or something?
What are you so anxious to go ashore for?
Well,
You seem to forget. The captain's job's finished once he's berthed his ship. The supercargo's job's only just begun. But get on with it, man. I'll tell her what an important fellow you are nowadays.
Pardon me, but isn't it Captain Mark Ingestree?
I'm afraid you overstated, sir. Acting captain.
Let's hope your new rank may be confirmed, sir. Not only for your sake, but for the lady as well.
You seem very well informed, sir.
There's not much escapes me. Doubtless you know me by name.
Sweeney Todd, Barber of Fleet Street. Why, of course I know the name, and I'm very pleased to have made your acquaintance. And now, if you'll excuse me...
On wings of love, if I might use the expression.
Well, perhaps you're right.
You should look your best, Captain. Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you should. Don't be shy. It won't take a minute.
Well, the quicker you are, the better I'll be pleased.
No, sir, no. The better I shall be.
Oh, Miss Joanna. Oh, such good news.
What is it, ma'am?
The Golden Hope is in. And Mr. Markham my fairly is safe and sound.
Ma.
But you don't understand, miss. Everything's all right. Mr. Mark's been made captain, my pearl is supercargo, and Mr. Mark's a rich man, so you'll be able to get married. Oh, it isn't true. It can't be true. Who told you? It is true. Everybody's talking about you.
You're handy for the key here, Mr. Todd.
I'm handy for most things, Captain. When I'm finished with you, you won't know yourself.
Well, I hope Miss Oakley will know me.
That's a good one. I couldn't have said it better myself. Come inside, sir. Come inside. You not sit there, sir. My chair is waiting for you. Successful voyage, Captain?
More than successful. My future is made.
You're a lucky man. Successful trading, eh?
Know anything about pearls?
A little.
Have a look at these. They were given me by a dying man.
I wish it were my fortune to meet such a man.
You may do. You never know your fate.
You're quite right, sir. You never know your fate.
And fate has made me the happiest man in the world. Nothing can stand in my way now.
Oh, no rival or anything?
Not the least chance of it.
Then you are indeed a lucky man. You have a beautiful throat for a razor, sir. Beautiful.
You should know, Mr. Todd.
I do. Finished, Tobias? Come here, Tobias. Here's a penny. Go and ask Mrs. Lover to give you one of our biggest pies. One that will last you to Aldgate Pub and back.
Thank you, sir.
Why do you lock the door?
I only attend to one customer at a time, sir. As you're in a hurry, I must give you my whole attention. Lie back, sir. Lie back. I'll soon polish you. What are you doing, spying again?
No, sir. Mrs. Lovett's shop is closed, sir.
Oh, there's the penny I gave you.
Yes, sir.
That's a good boy. That's what the boys get who don't know what they're told.
doing here? Why is your shop closed?
I thought you had a customer.
Have you seen him?
No.
You swear that?
Of course I swear.
Strange.
Very strange. Some sailors fall like cats on their feet.
Who told you he was a sailor?
Your best customers always are, aren't they?
He gets away. We're lost.
Perhaps he found the secret way.
How could he?
The catch is loose. Sometimes it opens on its own.
Oh.
Can you see anything?
No. It's as dark as pitch. Give me that candle.
Are you going right through?
Yes.
Very wise. Nothing like making sure. Well?
No sign of him. He's safely back on the Golden Hope by now.
The Golden Hope, Mark Ingastry's ship.
I believe you knew it was he.
How could I? Mark Ingastry. Oh, then you had a double reason to.
The sooner you learn to keep your mouth closed, the safer you'll be.
The course of true love never did run smooth, so they say. I've heard he's returned a very rich man.
Maybe. But he left here a pauper. I saw to that.
Oh.
He'll have as much chance with Oakley's daughter now as he had before he sailed. He'll find it best to make himself scarce.
And where's my share of what you took from him?
Don't worry. You'll get it.
My head.
Shh! Don't make a sound. He may return at any moment. Lie still where you are, and when it's dark, I'll see that you get away.
Dear.
Where have you been? What kept you from me?
Listen, Joanna. I left the ship the moment it was berthed. I couldn't come to you soon enough to tell you of my wonderful fortune and how rich I was. But on the way, I stole a few moments at a barber in Fleet Street.
Sweeney Todd?
Yes, that's the man. Why, do you know him?
Yes. But go on.
Well, I was sitting in his chair. He knew I was in a hurry because I told him all about you.
You told him?
Well, of course, darling, why not?
Oh, nothing.
Well, all of a sudden, the chair tilted and I was flung into blackness. I must have crashed into the cellar below. I never remembered anything more until a woman who I'd never seen before helped me out of an old bin through a hole in the wall of a bakehouse. I stumbled along a passage. At last, I found myself in the porch of St. Dunstan's church.
Oh, Mark, that dreadful man. He would have murdered you. I know he would.
Yes, well, he's robbed me of everything that I had. I'm in no better position now to talk to your father than I was 6 months ago.
My father, too, is in terrible trouble. This same Sweeney Todd can throw him into prison and threatens to do so unless I... Who's there?
Thought I heard voices. Are you all right?
Yes, Father, I'm all right.
Good night, dear.
Good night, Father. Go, dear.
Listen, Joanna. I'll get even with this man. I'll have him arrested as a thief and a murderer.
But who will believe you? You say you remember nothing. You must have proof of what he did.
Yes, I must. But I'll get it. There is a way, but I'll need help.
Oh, let me...
No. This will be dangerous. Listen, can you get hold of Pearlie?
The man will know where he is.
Well, tell him to meet me at the old warehouse on the quay. I'll be there.
Ma, take care. For my sake.
I promise you I will. And when we've got this man under lock and key, I'll get those jewels if I have to pull that shop down to do it.
I'm here with Napoleon, and so we are asking people, in pop culture, who has the best hair?
Victor.
Me? Yours? I have the best hair?
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. It takes a long time to work, actually. I have to do all sorts of mousse, and I have to, dig up ashes from graveyards and, mix it in, and I shampoo with things that are kind of eldritch, and you would not want them in an average house. Are you having a good time at the show?
Yeah.
It's good to know. So, so Napoleon, what are your aims for the rest of the show? Do you plan on finding anything in particular?
I want to find Victor.
Oh, well, I'll be around. Won't be hard to find. Thanks for your time, sir. I'm here with the Death Eater, and so we are asking people, in all of pop culture, who has the best hair?
Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
Oh, that is a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
Very luxurious.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably spends a lot of time on that Nazca.
Probably.
Are you enjoying the show?
Oh, yeah, man. I got autographs from Emma Caulfield and Poe art, because Poe is just radical.
Excellent.
Here.
And oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. And have you eaten much death today?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm safe for now.
For now.
All right, good. Thank you very much for your time, sir. I'm here with Brett, and so we're asking people, which character in pop culture has the best hair?
Oh, that's an easy one. It's Johnny Bravo.
I should have guessed that. How could I not have guessed that?
The pompadour, man.
Yes,
the pompadour is the one.
It attracts the ladies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the ladies love Johnny Bravo.
They do. Yeah. Tell me about your work, good sir.
Yes. Well, I've been publishing comics since 2005. Started with my Boomtown Scabs right here. That's issue 1.
That's a fun book.
So y'all can still get this. It will someday be worth tens of dollars. So don't worry about that. But
get it while it's hot.
Yes. And then I'll show you my cover art for Crimson Shadows #1, our newest title through our Bardstone imprint. I do it along with Scott Zambelli, who is the writer, creator of Crimson Shadows, and Kevin Miner, who does the inking. I do all the lettering, and we're all the publishers on this. We are taking the Jack the Ripper story, hence the Ripper, and using actual facts, incorporating historical fiction.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes. In fact, we're incorporating creatures like Frankenstein, starting on a week from Wednesday, so the 16th of March. The actual Mary Shelley text. Scott has done all new illustrations.
Oh.
And also a prologue and epilogue to tie it in to the Crimson Shadows universe.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, so when you see Frankenstein in our comic, it takes place after this book here. So we're not changing any of that. Same thing with Dracula.
Oh, nice.
And of course we have Sherlock Holmes on the case.
Of course. Yes. You must have Holmes, yes.
And then we have, right here is issue 3 of Poe Macabre, done by Kevin Meinert, taking all the original Poe stories and poems and illustrating them.
Ooh.
While I'm sold out myself, issue 2 has The Dream Within a Dream, which is the one I did.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of fun. So we've been doing that, and then we also have a Wretched Realms book, which is a one-shot comic issue series. When we have like an idea for a story story and we just want to do a quick comic. So we're going to continue some of those down the road as we get ideas. But the first one is a Western based on the song by Styx, Renegade.
Oh, that's a great choice.
A lot of fun.
Wonderful.
And then, of course, I still have all my classic Boomtown stuff, Expendables, The Adventures of Carl.
Well, where can people find this?
Yes, bardstone.com is where you can find us for all our links for everything that we do here. And you can also look for me directly at brettpinson.com, BRETTPINSON.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah.
Have your time, sir.
Wonderful seeing you.
You too. I'm here with Kevin, and so we are asking people, in all of pop culture, who has the best hair?
Is it strange that I come up with Patrick Stewart?
No, not at all. He is quite debonair.
I'm really taken with the bald head, honestly. The Rock, everything I think of is bald people. I don't know why.
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong. I mean, if you can rock a bald head, you might as well do it.
Yes, very true. Absolutely.
This is all of your artwork?
Yes. All my creations, different pop culture, fan art, and then my own books that we illustrate through Bardstone Publishing.
Oh, yes, I've heard about the Crimson Shadows.
Yes.
So please tell me more about this.
Crimson Shadows is fantastic. It's our book set in late 1800s London. Jack the Ripper is on the loose. And in our book, they bring Sherlock Holmes in to investigate the case, try to figure out who Jack the Ripper is. And he soon discovers it very well may be Dracula himself.
Oh, and did I also hear that there may be Frankenstein's monster involved?
We are incorporating all the classic monsters from literary books. So Frankenstein's monster, Jekyll and Hyde, Hunchback of Notre Dame, all worked into actual historical events and real life people. So Mary Shelley and Bram Stoker are actually going to be incorporating the story in real time.
Oh, wonderful.
And we're doing all this without altering the origins of any of the monsters.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's just a continuation and adding it into our story, into our world, but based in reality.
So how many issues are available by now?
3 issues are out right now. We're going to do a trade to collect the 3 issues middle of the year, and then issue 4 will be out towards the end of the year.
Wonderful. And where can people find you and your work?
Bardstone.com is the easiest way to find the books and links to me, or just KevinEMeinertz.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time, sir.
Yes, thank you.
I'm here with Virgil, and we are asking people, in all of pop culture, who has the best hair?
Probably Jason the Toy Maker from Creepypasta.
Ooh, why him?
Because he has very long red hair.
Long red hair is tough. That's tough to beat.
Yeah, and it's like bright red.
And when it's well taken care of, it is just luxurious, like flames coming out of your head.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the show?
Yes.
And have you found anything really cool or spectacular?
My bear.
Oh, that is an amazing bear, actually.
Yeah.
Is it cursed by any chance?
No.
No. Okay, that's good. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm here with Teddy, and so we are asking people, in all of pop culture, who has the best hair?
I'm going to say David Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah, well, that's an excellent choice, actually.
The Hofster had that kind of party in the back, but if I could do it, but I didn't want to get a Jerry curl, so I couldn't pull it off.
And and it stays that way despite all the fast driving or running down the beach.
Yep, or tussling in with, a fist fight. Always perfect hair. Followed up by Hal Jordan, which pretty much had the same hair.
I never thought of that, but that's absolutely true.
Yeah, as an artist, you kind of name hair. Like, that's Hasselhoff hair. That's Farrah Fawcett hair,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and
so.
this is all of your art.
Yes, it is.
Man,
yes, it is.
It's incredible.
It's full of hairs.
It is true, and all full of hair. And I've been told by other artists that sometimes hair is the hardest thing to draw.
It is. Hair, feet, and hands drive people crazy.
And horses.
That's because they're weird creatures. But, like with anything, you can be terrible until you're not terrible anymore at it.
How long have you been doing this?
Enough to not be terrible. But I've been drawing as a career about, 15 years. But, obviously everybody starts as a kid, like a Jedi Padawan, and then those of us who stick with it too long become good at it eventually.
And you're now working on these tarot things that are like incredible. Tell us more about this.
So basically, I've always liked dark, occult, mystical stuff. But I was hiding behind, colorful pop culture, Comic-Con stuff. But, after so many years, I was like, all right, if I'm going to come out with my own IP, it's going to be something I'm truly into. So instead of doing another superhero comic book, I decided to do something more on a mystical side of things. So I did pretty much they were just a bunch of goddess archetypes that got morphed into tarot cards because people kept harassing me for tarot cards after they seen them. So I just went with the fans. Like, why resist?
Yeah, that's true. Yes. It's like you can't stand against the tide.
No.
That is true. So where can people find your work?
TerryHuddlestonArt.com gets you everywhere you need to go.
And people can order right from you?
They can order right from the site, free shipping, and everything comes nice packaged and autographed.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Always a pleasure.
Good morning, Mr. Todd.
Morning, Mr. Parsons. So you received my note, eh?
I did. And what is it this time? Not that I fancy I shall be able to buy. The market in trinkets is very poor. And I have not yet disposed of the last consignment that you received from abroad.
Oh, then I'm wasting your time and mine.
Oh, my time is of no value. You don't appear to have much on hand yourself.
Well, shall we get to business?
By all means. And what is it you have to dispose of? Pearls. No market for them. The fashion and settings has changed.
But these are not set.
Oh, straight from abroad.
I don't inquire from you what you do with the goods you buy from me. Why inquire where I get them?
Why, to be sure, that is the basis of our business contract. And may I see these pearls?
Certainly.
Hey, Polly, how do I look? You look exactly like an old country farmer. But you still sound like Mr. Mark. I do and all. Well, we'll soon put a stop to that. That's fine, sir. Come on, get your things on. Yes, sir. So beautifully. The sizes graduate so evenly. In the open market, they would fetch a handsome price.
Oh, that's splendid news.
Yes, you recollect I said the open market. We are behind closed doors.
Certainly. Under the circumstances. What do you suggest?
5,000?
You'll have to do better than that, Mr. Parsons.
With pleasure, Mr. Todd. Shall we say 7,000?
You are easier this morning, Mr. Parsons.
No, sir. You are easier.
Have you the money on you?
The question is, if you have the money on you.
Meaning?
I consider £7,000 a very small amount for you to pay me to remove the evidence against you.
Evidence? What evidence?
A certain sea captain, who shall be nameless, arrived at the docks yesterday. He was seen to enter this shop, but never to leave. He had a bag of pearls, Mr. Todd. I'll take the 7,000 in gold, if it's all the same to you.
You are humorous this morning, Mr. Parsons.
Now, the fine weather brightens our senses.
You mind waiting while I laugh?
By all means, don't cut it short for me.
Won't you take a chair while I have my laugh out?
No, Mr. Todd, I will stand and laugh with you.
I pray you, sir. Take a seat.
Thank you, sir, to take your hands off me. You see, you have had your laugh out. Now let us get to business.
What do you suggest?
I will take the pearls with me, and 7,000 golden sovereigns, or
what?
I'll tell all that I know.
And what do you know?
Firstly, I will tell the landlord of the Spotted Horse why Mr. Finlay did not arrive to collect his luggage. Secondly, I will tell the city master why you had 8 apprentices in 8 weeks. And thirdly, I will tell Mr. Stephen Oakley.
And what will you tell him?
I will tell him what happened to the captain of the Golden Hope after he left the key. And then...
This Sweeney Todd shop?
Yes, sir. Do you wish to go in?
So do you, I take it. Didn't you want to come in?
I work here, sir, so I have to come in. But I don't wish to.
Oh, why not?
Because I'm afraid, sir. Afraid of the whole place.
Afraid? Why?
I don't know, sir. Sometimes I think that he...
What do you think?
No, sir, I mustn't say. If I did, Mr. Todd said he would cut my tongue out with one of his razors.
Cut your tongue out? What for?
Because he thought I was spying on him while he was shaving a sea captain.
Sea captain, eh? And were you spying?
No, sir, on my honor. He sent me out to buy a pie. He always does after I finish lathering his customers.
Oh. And when you return, the customers are always gone, eh?
Yes, sir. How did you know?
And after you've finished lathering me, he'll send you out to buy another fire, eh?
Yes, I expect so.
We'll soon find a fence who doesn't know as much as he did. When anybody knows too much, the better like that.
I agree.
When he sends you out today, how'd you like never to come back?
But what will become of me, sir?
Can you read this address?
Miss Oakley, Finsbury Pavement.
Take that to Miss Oakley and wait there.
Who shall I say sent me?
Say a stranger who put his mark there. Well, if you just say Mark, she'll understand.
Mark, sir?
Yes, Mark. This barber was recommended to me as one who would give you the closest shave.
That's true, Father. Not only the closest shave, but I promise to polish you off quicker than any other barber in London. You take a chair, sir.
Thank you.
No, not there, sir. The light is better here.
Just as you say, Mr. Todd. I can see you are an enthusiast. Every man to his own trade, I say.
I love my work, sir. And you sold the lot?
Aye, I did it all. Every beast as I took to market. Grand prices, too.
You must have made a lot of money.
Over 400 guineas.
Hurry up, Tobias. Finished, Tobias?
Yes, sir.
Good. Here's a penny for you. You've been a good boy. You deserve a little rest. Go and ask Mrs. Lovett to give you one of her biggest pies. One that'll last you to St. Pancras Church and back. He's a good boy, that, sir. I think he'll go far.
I hope so, I'm sure.
Now, sir, if you're quite comfortable, I'll polish you off. Let me down, quick! Come on, sir. Up now, yourself. You all right, sir? Yes, I'm all right. Come on, let's get out of here. Yes, sir. What do we do next?
Get to the quayside quick and get the crew. Come on. Gotta get out of these things quick.
What, here? My underclothes are full of holes.
Not here, fathead, at the quay. Come on.
Where is he? Who? You know what I mean. The farmer I've just sent down.
I see no one.
Lied to me. I believe you helped to get him out.
Why should I?
That's what I want to know. You did it yesterday. You've done it again today.
Not today, I swear I...
Then you did do it yesterday. I knew it. What's your game?
You thought if you could get rid of him safely, you could marry that girl. I'm not jealous. I don't care where you go and who you marry, but you won't take my money with you.
Where you're going, you need no money.
told to give you this, miss.
By whom?
The farmer, miss. He said you'd know him by his mark.
His mark?
Yes, miss. He was most particular, I should say, Mark.
Oh, Mark. Where did you meet him?
Outside where I work. Mr. Sweeney Todd's shop.
Sweeney Todd. What was his message?
He said that you'd keep me here so that I shouldn't have to go back to Mr. Todd's anymore. Oh, please, miss, don't send me back again.
No, I'll keep you here. But what happened to the farmer?
He went inside, miss, to get shaved. Oh, miss, now that I'm away from Mr. Todd's, I can say it. The odds is that Mr. Todd shaves would never come out again as far as I can see.
Quick, come along.
Get the crew. I'll be waiting for you.
Aye, aye, sir.
I get back. Supposing you don't get back. I will. How do I look? Much too clean.
Clean. I know, cinder.
Let me do it. Goes right, miss. You look just like a charity boy now, miss. Hurry up, please, miss.
Well, whatever we do, we've got to do it quick. You'll know he's a skeleton going to hiding. Probably take my pearls with him.
That's right.
Think of all the murders that have been committed in that shop.
That gives me the creeps when I think of it.
People chucked to their deaths in the cellars below.
I wonder if he buries them, and what he does with them.
He wouldn't have room to bury them all there.
Well, what does he do with them?
How do I know?
Who are you, Fry?
I was a boy before this happened.
Well, that's my mistress's frock. Take it off at once. Take it off. Take that off. Give it to me.
Not till I get my clothes back.
Well, where are your clothes?
On your mistress.
Where's she gone?
Mr. Todd.
She must be mad.
That's what I told her, miss, but she wouldn't listen. You're going to.
I am.
Oh, bring her back as quick as you can, please.
What do you want?
I wondered if you wanted an apprentice, sir.
I've got an apprentice. Be off with you.
Oh, but I've got nothing. I can pay.
I only want honest, hard-working boys, and I usually get them from the beadle. But you look fairly honest. Perhaps you'd better come inside. You been here to see me before?
No, sir.
Strange. I must be thinking of somebody else. Where's the guinea?
What shall I do first, sir?
Sweep up the floor. Give me that. Give me that.
Let me go. Let me go.
I'm going to see what you've got in the bag.
Oh, sir, Miss Joanna.
What about her?
Has gone to Sweeney Todd's to find you. She thought you were in danger.
She's gone to that madman's place alone, but he's desperate. He'll get her. Come on, everybody. I ask you.
What are you going to do?
I've got to cut off your retreat.
Some say Pearlie was right, some say he wasn't. You mean about Mrs. Lovett himself? Yes.
Is it my imagination, or do you smell cooking?
Yes, sir. It's probably the cooked meat shop next door. Now I'll just put a little keener edge on the razor, sir. Or if you'll excuse me saying it, sir, you have a most beautiful throat for a razor. Beautiful.
We hope you have enjoyed tonight's film, Sweeney Todd. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, Twitter feed, Weird-O-Rama.com, and our Patreon page if you are feeling generous. And by the way, this film was suggested and requested by one of our patrons. That's one of the perks. If you become a patron of the show, you can suggest movies for me to host. I mean, why not? Really? Oh yes, the lie. Tod Slaughter was not wounded in his leg in World War I. So for all of us at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor von Psychotron telling all of you to stay weird.